So, quick question: where you from?
I'm from Wild, Wonderful West Virginia, man. Huntington, West Virginia, man.
Huntington, West Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay, I heard of that. I ain't never been though.
Well, look, we got Marshall University, Cabo Huntington Hospital, the Hood.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know, whatever else after that. We call ourselves Moneyton, you know what I mean? You know, West Virginia's for hustlers.
Right.
Right. They say Virginia's for lovers.
Right, okay.
That's just what I heard.
Okay. So what if you were a lover and a hustler?
I'm both.
You're right.
So, you know what I mean? You just in that pot.
Right. You just blended in there.
Exactly. So everywhere you go, it's love, but you hustling. Right. You feel me?
For sure.
So it is what it is.
Okay, so you from Huntington, West Virginia. But now you in Florida. How you end up here?
I mean, you know, situations in life carry you here, you know what I mean?
Right.
I was once in one of them situations that brought me here. You feel me? But after that, it was like you gotta spread your wings and you here. You ain't going back.
Right.
That don't make sense.
No, you can't go back.
Nah. That makes no sense at all. How you doing, sweetie? That made no sense at all.
Okay. So you was in that situation. Now you ended up here. Now, when it came to your musical journey, did that begin here or did that begin in West Virginia?
No, my musical journey started in West Virginia, bro. You know, like, it's a story behind me, because for the simple fact I don't consider myself a rapper. You know what I'm saying? I just so happens I know how to rap. You know what I mean? Just so happens my music or what I write on paper fits into a beat like an instrument. You know what I'm saying?
It just becomes a rap.
Right. And that's a blessing, and I thought a curse for a long time, you know what I'm saying? Because it comes from pain, you know what I'm saying? Like, I lost my father when I was a jit, you feel me? Like, and they tried to put me in counseling and stuff of that nature, but that didn't work with me because the lady, you know, like at the end of the day, has anybody of that magnitude been taken from you or you lost? And she said no. And I was like, well, how you supposed to tell me how I'm supposed to feel? You know what I mean? And that lady, she say straight up, like, you need to get you a notebook and a pen and write your feelings out. So writing my feelings out turned into songs. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Not to mention bumping your head growing up, getting locked up in juvie. In juvie, I was the one that was reading the whole dictionary, reading the whole thesaurus. So I'm a wordsmith too, you know what I mean? So putting all that together, the creative genius, I'm a lefty at that, it's over. It's over.
So your therapist was the counselor was the one that got you into putting your feelings to pen, and it just transitioned into rap from there.
Yeah, you could say my therapist got me into that, but I was only with her for one day. It was only one session.
You were like, I don't need this no more.
What am I here for? You can't tell me nothing. But that did do that. And plus, you know, growing up, I was a hip hop head anyway. You know what I mean? Starting off from Public Enemy and all the above to your Big Papas to your Jay-Z, you know, that's, you know, studying the greats, you know what I'm saying? So that was like, okay, if I'm writing these feelings down, I can write it to something of that accord. You know what I mean? I know I could do it. I'm talented enough mentally, you know what I mean? So it ain't nothing but a thing.
Exactly. Okay. So what age did you lose your father?
I say 14.
14?
But I was going on 15. You know what I mean? So it was like, it transitioned into January 1st. He was like April 13th, April 9th, somewhere in that range. 13th when he passed away, you know what I mean? However, so be it. But then, you know, I was going into 15. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, losing a figure in your life of that magnitude, like
at
I said, at that age,
understand that part.
That'll definitely do something to your psyche.
It'll throw you into a whole realm, especially when at the fact of you're 14 going on to 15, so you really walking into some adolescence, smelling yourself type thing. You know what I'm saying?
These are the years that having a father would have been the most beneficial.
So you see your father at 6 o'clock in the morning, and at 8 o'clock in the morning, somebody's knocking on your door talking about, y'all got to get to the hospital. XYZ just happened to your father on the job. You feel me?
So 2 hours after he left the house.
Golly. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now the next time you see your pops, he on the ventilator on life support in the coma. You don't never talk to him again.
Right.
But then you got everybody else on the street telling you the man of the house.
Right.
What's the man supposed to do? Okay, what your dad do, son? I seen my dad go to work. I seen my dad take out the trash. I seen my dad sip some brew.
Right.
All right. I know he did more than that because I lived a great life. You know what I mean? That life was great. Moms and pops in the house, growing up, 2 sisters. I'm the youngest boy. I'm the only boy. You know what I mean? So that was great. But then when it turns to what does the man do? That's what all you see because you don't see nothing else because you're playing sports. You're doing your schoolwork. All your activities is taken care of. So you don't really see what your pops really do. You know what I mean? You don't see that shit.
All you know is you out here doing shit and you know it's because of him. That
part right there. But what I think he do is go to work, come home from work, drink some brew, kick it, you know what I'm saying? And then take out the trash.
Right.
So I think that's what the man is. At 14, dog. I hit the streets running.
Yeah.
Can't tell me nothing. Can't tell me nothing. And I didn't trust nobody else's voice.
Right.
So with that being said, you got plenty of men trying to tell you how to live and trying to give you guidance, but you don't trust their voice because the voice that you've had from 0 to 14
gone.
Right. So I can't hear your voice because the voice that I trust is not here no more. And y'all wasn't telling me this when he was here. So why am I gonna listen to you now?
Don't try to come behind him after he gone to try to tell me some shit.
You can't. You can't. So I mean, I spent my adolescence, you know what I'm saying, bumping my head. And that was cool though. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a I mean, you know, people said it was bad, but it wasn't a bad. I think it was a curious, mischievous bumping of the head because I wanted to know life so much.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just straight up.